What is all this deliciousness going on this plate? Gimme, gimme, give me some. If you want to see how I made this, very simple boil, come on in. See you later. I'm gonna do a review. Hello everyone, welcome back. As you see in today's video, it's going to be a cooking video. I am making something that I have been craving, and I'm just not going out to buy it right now because I don't think it's worth the risk, to be honest. But I'm going to be doing a shrimp boil. I'm not going to have crab because I couldn't find any. But everything I have is very inexpensive. That bag of corn was like $4, and there's like 12 to 15 pieces. Those potatoes, I think I had like 8 or 9 or maybe 10. They were like I know under $3. And then this packet of seasoning here, it's like $1.60 something cent. I have 2 of them, but you only need a very small amount. It is by Louisiana, as you can see. And I also have some Old Bay, some paprika. I have some pepper flakes. There's the turkey sausage. This is skinless, my favorite kind. And this is by Eckrich. I always have trouble saying that. Eckrich. And I have 2 sticks of butter, or like 1 stick and a quarter, I think. And I have some uh, boil right there, the liquid boil, liquid heat is what they should call it. And there's some Cajun seasoning. And I also will be using some onion. I'll have that out later. But I'm going to be doing this in the Instant Pot. If you're not familiar with the Instant Pot, there's that onion. Um, you can use a regular pot. This is just what I use because to me with an Instant Pot, it infuses that flavor in really quickly. And it only took about 10 minutes to cook the corn and the potatoes, and maybe 5 minutes to cook the onion and the sausage. And the shrimp, of course, you just put it in there, and it's not going to take long at all. But if you, like I say, you're not comfortable, you don't have to use it because you will need to know what you're doing. This is a pressure cooker. But I put the corn in and I rinsed it off because I personally do not like the frozen pieces that kind of float. It just makes it look kind of dirty. And I also washed the potatoes off in that pot as well. And just started with a clean slate of water. And I did cut the potatoes in half. So you want to definitely wash those, and also wash them underneath the sink, not just in the pot, but give a thorough washing of your potatoes because you're not going to peel these. You can if you want, but it's better if you don't. It's a little bit easier. That's my favorite knife there. But as you see, I'm just cutting them in half and throwing them in a pot, and then we're gonna go and put them on while I get everything else ready. And chop your onion kind of big because the first time I did this, I overcooked the onion, and I like my onions kind of al dente. Still a little bit of a crunch, but done. I just don't like it mushed to where when you pick it up, it just falls and or disappear. You don't even see it anymore. And in this pot here, I think I have maybe, I don't know, half gallon of water or a little bit over a gallon of water because it holds a lot. You want to put quite a bit because you want everything to be covered. And as you saw, I added a little bit more water, a little bit more seasoning. I'm eyeing everything. I do not personally have any certain measurements because everyone's tastes are different. I like hot, so this was definitely hot. So just be advised of that. The more you put, of course, you got to think about your sodium. If you're the high blood pressure, think about that. But the pot is on already over there, I think, as I'm cutting up this sausage because I don't see it anymore. But I just used 2 of these, and you can also use butterball. It's not skinless, but it works out as well. And that minced onion there is for my butter sauce that I'm going to make. And this is the onion and the peppers cooking in that seasoning. I had already taken the potatoes out on this one. And this was actually, I think, a video of when I made it a second time opposed to that first time. And it's just on saute. That's what I'm showing you right there. Now on to the butter sauce, and of course you can also do this part in the Instant Pot on saute, but you do not have a temperature gauge, so you will most likely get that burn indicator that comes on there. But I just let some of this butter melt, not the whole stick, and I'm also using a little bit of coconut oil, I think, because butter burns really quick. Yeah. So this just helps to cut down on that while you're sauteing your onion. And you want to do that until they are translucent or tender, whatever your preference is. Like I said, I still like a little bit of a crunch. And I really should have used more onion because I love onion and I love garlic. But just let your onion get a little bit translucent before you add your garlic, because your garlic will definitely burn. And burned garlic is no good. And I just use the already minced kind, and of course some lime juice. Fresh is always better, but hey, during this time, if I don't have it in the house right now and it's not a necessity, I'll do without, or I'll use what I have. So I'm just trying to be safe. It's crazy out there. And of course my favorite is Texas Pete. It's my hot sauce. So you're just gonna let this all fester up together here. And then we'll come back and we'll throw in some herbs and some spices. There's a garlic. Yay! Who loves garlic? Let's give 3 cheers. Heary, heary, heary. There is the rest of the butter. And if you're not accustomed to using real butter, it takes a while to melt. That was even at room temperature. So let's take heat of that. This is how it's looking as it cooks down. It's going to, that was too much. So I'll put some back. That was way too much paprika. Don't do that. But I always like to put it on the spoon so I can see it. But that was just way too much. And with this, there's the second half of that butter. You can leave it like this, or you can put a little bit of broth in it, which is what I did. The first time I did it, I actually ended up making the broth separately and then pouring it in. Second time I made it, I just put the bouillon cubes directly into this mixture, and then I just added water gradually. And I left the lime out on the last time I made it because I put too much. It was limed up, but the flavors all mesh well together. So just take heed of that. I just don't measure much. That's why I like to record things when I cook it so I can go back and kind of look at it. And that is some Worcestershire sauce. I left that out as well on my second round. So to each is his. To each is his or her own. It's whatever floats your boat. Your taste. This is my way of doing it. And be careful with this stuff here because it is definitely salty. Definitely salty. The more you put, you want to add more liquid. Just kind of balance that out a little bit. But this butter sauce is really, really good. Now you could just use butter if you want with a little bit of the Old Bay. You don't have to do all of this. But this is how I wanted to eat it. Just gonna give it a taste there. And there's the broth. And you can let this reduce down and get really, really, really thick. It will definitely get thick. But if you like it kind of watery, you can go ahead and pull it off right now. And mine was kind of in between on the first try. My second time, it was more better. And then I did not use eggs on my second time, but I did use the eggs on this time. And these shrimp, guys, they are so inexpensive, but they're good. It's not the best. I prefer fresh, but hey, like I say, you just use what you got. And that's like $13.99 from my local Kroger's for a 2-pound bag, and this was enough for 2 3 people to eat some of this like 2 to 3 times. And there's the potatoes and onion. I thought I took it out, but like I said, I can't remember. But this is how it looks. And I'm just going to be taking it out and transferring it over to another container. That's the corn. Everything is all nice and done. And you see how your potatoes are not falling apart? And like I said, I put that in there for 10 minutes. And I have the medium pressure on. Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference. Probably could have put it in there for 8 minutes because those potatoes, you see all that? It's my onion. Blah. Next time I'm going to just put that in like I did when you saw it earlier. I'm just going to do it like that so it's not all mushed. But it was fine. Now, the next thing you're going to see me do is add shrimp in here. See how hot that is? And you want to leave your shrimp out so it becomes room temperature. That was still kind of frozen. As you see, it's all stuck together. Brought the temperature down a little bit too fast. Second time, I learned. So you live and you learn. I definitely left it out for a while. It was still frozen, but not with ice on it. You know, that still had a little bit of ice, I think, in there. But I just transferred it back over to the pot itself, and I let it roar for like 2 minutes on saute. It does not take it long to roar. And then you just take it off and immediately take them out because you don't want overcooked shrimp. Honestly, it takes like 3 minutes to cook. And this is how it looks. Dry is what I call it. It's definitely seasoned up. You can't really see it on here, but it is full of seasoning. It gets all underneath your shell there. And there's your corn. And I had a piece of that sausage and that sauce, that corn, y'all, that sauce infuses in there. Like, I don't even know how that works, but good grief, this was so good. So if you decide to make it, let me know. I really hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, this is so quick and easy for those seafood lovers. You can definitely throw you some crab in there, some mussels, crawfish. Even though I'm scared of them, I'm low-key half scared of them shrimp. That's fine. As long as I don't see the head, I prefer them already deshelled, but that's fine. That's fine. This was good. Just have you some napkins ready. I did put some in bags to just get that restaurant feel out of it. This is my second round that I made that I wanted to share. I actually cooked this recently here, and this did not last long. Same thing, but like I said, I just left out what I said I left out, and there's the seasoning a little bit more thick, the onion a little bit more al dente. Oh, so good. So if you want to see more of my content, I do have a variety of videos on my channel. It's a lifestyle, beauty, DIY, life, whatever transpires. I try to share it. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like it, hit the like button. If you think it'll be beneficial, hey, always share it. Thank you, my lovely people, for being a subscriber. If you've already have, I definitely appreciate you helping me grow. Have a good day. Enjoy your dinner if you decide to make this, or your lunch, or whatever you decide to make it be. Be blessed, stay strong, and hey, stay safe. See you in the next one.